Welcome to the warm-up, everybody. I'm Neil Beasley, and district play is coming down to the wire. So let's get you ready for another great week of Texas high school football. With just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season, we got some killer clashes this week on the schedule. Let's preview some of those big matchups in the lineup. 21-6A will be decided this Thursday night as Ridge Point takes on Hightower. These two teams are, and frankly have been for several years now, the cream of the crop in this district, and this season have only one loss between them. Let's start with Ridge Point. Panthers have won 9 of their last 10 district titles, so it's safe to say they have owned Fort Bend ISD for a decade. This year, they took an early loss to 4th-ranked Fulshire, but have cleaned the clocks of everyone else they've played. That includes 3 straight 70-plus point games. Houston-bound Austin Carlisle's led the way at quarterback. He's one of the area's top dual threats. He hasn't done it alone either. Dane Jones is a D1 receiver, and the Panthers, one of the best secondaries in the state, led by cornerback Bryson Weber. On the other side, Hightower was an enigma going into the season because of the transfer of their starting quarterback. Any questions people had about the Hurricanes have surely been answered. They're undefeated after 8 games, including an impressive grind-em-out win over Spring Westfield early on. Camden Emanuel has filled in nicely behind center, and the Kane defense has been just as tight as Ridge Point, led by Cade Phillips and Michael Amy. Neither team has seen much competition since district play began, but that all ends Thursday night at Mercer Stadium. It's going to take a lot to grab the district crown off Ridge Point's head, but Hightower may have the team to do it. A little more south of Fort Bend, 24-6A will have a sole leader after Friday night as Deer Park hosts Clear Springs. The Deer have the tougher path to an outright district title, as not only do they play the Chargers this week, but finish with one-loss Dickinson in Week 11. But they control their own destiny, and with it being this late in the season, kind of all you can ask for. Speaking about things you can ask for, well, you can't ask for a better name than Deer Park quarterback Landon Kieselhorst. And Landon has been playing lights out for the Deer. Kieselhorst can do it with his legs, but when he decides to go deep to his favorite target, Trey Martinez, it's a thing of beauty. Clear Springs has been on a roll. Chargers lost their first game to Ridge Point, but since then, reeled off 7 in a row and can clinch the district title with a win Friday night. Julian Salazar, much like Kieselhorst, has a favorite target as well in U.S. Tunkara, the Arizona commit, one of the best receivers in the area. And that combination led Clear Springs to a big lead over Dickinson. They had to hold on, but they did beat their nemesis by a score. This one should have all the fireworks Friday night.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test the all-new Silverado today. And by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game. Also by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Big 12 and SEC are headed to Houston for the 2024 Texas Bowl at NRG Stadium on New Year's Eve. Join the waitlist now at thetexasbowl.com.
We caught up to a big-time athlete from the gridiron in this week's Recruiting Trail.
RJ Lee, left tackle at Second Baptist. I'm looking for great player and coach connection. There's great chemistry between coaches and players. I'm also looking for a great coach, head coach, and position coach that can develop me fast to get to the NFL. I want to come in. Obviously, I want to play as a freshman, but I also want to be I want to play my role so that we can get wins, obviously, and I want to develop I don't want to rush the process. I want to develop good and make sure I'm going to be the best left tackle at UH. Off the field, I'm a goofy person off the field. I'm also a leader, though. I try to lead my teammates on and off the field. Everyone on my team is my friend. I'm cool with everybody. I try to lead them well. On the field, same. In game, I'm real intense. I also encourage. I try to encourage, and I got a good sense of humor, I guess. I'm a funny person, and I like interacting with fans too. I love fans. I love taking pictures with them. I love celebrating with them, especially after big games, big wins. Spansby. One, I want to hit great weight room numbers for sure. That's been a big goal for me. With my bench, deadlift, and squat. And I want to put myself more out there. I'm trying to be one of the best left tackles in high school football, so that too. I just really want people to know who I am, especially like around the world, global. I want people to know. I want people to know my story also, especially because I go to private school and I'm not in public school, so it's possible anywhere for anybody. So I just feel like people should know that you can achieve anything you want to do, whenever you want to. Anything's achievable.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test drive the all-new Silverado today. And by Randall's, fresh foods, local flavors. Also by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
There's so many more big games this week, so here's a preview of some of those in the hype. Saturday Night Fever in Cyprus as Cy Falls takes on Cy Fair for the 17-6A outright title. Cy Falls has had 4 shutouts in district play and then throttled district favorite Stratford 35-12 last week to set up this title match. As the shutouts can attest, it's been the defense that has come through big time for the Golden Eagles, even when the offense barely shows up. Take the Houston Memorial game, for example. Cy Falls couldn't muster any kind of yardage in that game, so Baylor-bound Caleb Burns took matters into his own hands, scooping up a fumble and returning it for the game's only score. The offense will have to get it together against Cy Fair, as those boys can go. The Bobcats, counted out after a 50-point loss in Game 1 to Klein Cain, have won 6 of their next 7, including all 17 6A games, now just 1 win away from yet another title. Kason Bledsaw has been the guy who had to replace the graduated Trey Owens, who moved on to the University of Texas. For the most part, Bledsaw has orchestrated the offense quite well, as the Bobcats averaging over 38 points in district play. It'll be the last game of the week in the Houston area and should be a good one. Hey, if you're so inclined to catch a doubleheader on Saturday, well then at 2 p.m., Tomball visits Klein Cain for what could be another district title game. 15-6A has so many questions, but one thing is proven to be sure. These 2 schools are the best in the district. Klein Cain has just 1 loss. The Cougs are a perfect 8-0, one of the best games on the docket in the state. These 2 offensive powerhouses can light up a scoreboard. Let's start with the Hurricanes. When this offense is on, it's hard to turn off, especially when wide receiver Maxwell Hendrick gets a mismatch. Hendrick has scored 4 touchdowns in 2 big district games because when this kid gets in the zone, no one can cover him. Tomball has methodically taken out any obstacle in their way this year. That included 4 one-score wins, which shows they can get it done when the chips are on the table and the pressure is high. Jackson Falden is a cool customer at the quarterback position and can go toe-to-toe with pretty much anybody in the district. Expecting a game in the 40s and one you won't want to miss. Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. We leave you today with the 6A Coaches Poll. We hope you now are warmed up, so go out and catch some excellent Texas high school football this weekend.